Super Joker returning is the least insane thing that happens in this comic. Superman becomes Shazam. Lex Luthor breaks Supergirl. Constantine and Zatanna get erased in seconds. And the final fight isn't on Apokolips, it's on Earth. What's going on, guys? This is Quantum Comic, and welcome back to DCKO. Round 3, because this tournament just went completely off the rails. But before we start the video, if you're new to our channel, please subscribe, because your one subscription motivates us to create more amazing videos like this. Let's jump into it. Our comic open with, in the split second before the next round begins, Clark hears screaming. The screaming of children. His muscles tense. But then he realizes these children aren't screaming with fear or pain, but with joy. The world they live in is peaceful and safe and thriving. Is it Earth? It is, he sees, but somehow it's also him. Superman. He's in every particle, every atom. And then he understands this is the vision, the one he had on the way into the tournament. This is the universe as it could be if he wins. The universe bent toward him, shaped by him if he takes the crown and keeps it. A place where people live in harmony, a shining symphonic civilization, brave and hopeful, reaching out, hands open. He wants to look away, but he can't. The beauty is too much. A sudden, violent break in the vision. The beauty snaps apart in an instant. Superman jerks awake. Wait! The dream collapses into darkness. Clark is thrown back into reality, landing hard, breath caught in his chest. The narration cuts in, cold and final, which is when I rip it away. Superman sits there in the void, stunned, still processing what he just saw, what he almost accepted. Then a familiar voice slices through the silence. Good dreams, Superman? Clark turns his head, eyes narrowing. Across from him stands a figure wrapped in glowing armor, power humming, presence overwhelming. Superman responds with a single word, "Me?" Lex answers casually, almost amused. "I had a, oh, great one." The narration tells us exactly what's happening. The rest arrive then, ripped from their own visions. Each hero is still shaken, still carrying echoes of what they just lost. Cyborg stands tall, circuits glowing, a techno-utopia. Wonder Woman steps forward, eyes sharp, resolve unbroken, a universe aglow with truth. A shadowed figure reels, hollow-eyed, a black, laughing void. Another presence radiates raw intent, a grand sculpture of will. Zatanna steadies herself, breath tight, a dark wonder. And one final thought lingers, heavy and hopeful, a kingdom of peace. The heroes regroup, standing together at last. One of them breaks the silence. Are we all that's left? A quiet realization follows. It seems that before the thought can finish, the voice returns. Cold, commanding, absolute. Welcome, champions. The group shifts into battle-ready stances. No time for small talk, eh? The narration drives the stakes higher, to the third round of the tournament. And then the truth. In pursuit of victory, Darkseid occasionally allied himself with unexpected beings. Superman steps forward, jaw set, eyes burning with defiance as the rule is delivered. So for this battle, you will fight in turns. Each of you must choose a partner. A final panel closes in on doubt, uncertainty, and tension as the question hangs in the air. From where? Among ourselves. No, from among them, the fallen champions. There is one of you, though, who has generated more Omega energy than the rest, and so will get to choose a partner from all realms of reality. And that champion is Joker. Joker says to Wonder Woman and Cyborg, "Ha! I love this game." A stunned response from Cyborg. "You have to be kidding." For the rest, the choice stands before you. You can choose a former foe or an ally. You can choose for wisdom, strength, or chaos. But choose quickly, or the choice will be made for you. Clark is the last to decide. I am just about to choose for him when he takes his part. If you've watched or read all the previous DCKO tournaments, and if you haven't, you can click the playlist given in the description and watch them first. Now, let's come back to our story. In all the previous tournaments you've seen, there were a total of 32 players, and after all the participants finished their fights, only 8 elite players are left. Fresh off a brutal round of one-on-one battles, all fights to the death, the victors emerge into this, the next challenge. On one side, we have Guy Gardner and Hal Jordan, and their opponents are Superman and Shazam. In the next panel, it's Lex Luthor and Supergirl facing off against Aquaman and Hawkman. Strength without compromise stands united. Wonder Woman and Big Barda, and their opponents are Cyborg and Connor Hawk. Magic and menace share the same space, tension crackling with every word. Zatanna and John Constantine. And finally, laughter, madness, an unknown shape standing beside a familiar nightmare. Joker, with this very suspense, the narration from Apokolips echoes. And so the choices are made. Let the battles begin. And now, Coming back to Arena 1, where Guy Gardner and Superman are standing face to face. Here, Guy Gardner says to Superman, "Look, I know what you're thinking. Yes, there were way better choices." Guy Gardner steps forward, confident, grinning, sizing up the situation. He shrugs it off easily. More powerful, smarter, handsomer. But me? Hey. Behind him, green light flares as Hal Jordan descends from above. Guy smirks wider as he finishes his thought. "I always choose my friends." Hal lands beside him, touched despite himself. "I'm touched." Across the arena, Superman raises his hand, calm but ready. "Well, are we doing this?" Guy doesn't hesitate, charging forward with a grin that screams trouble. "No hard feelings when we kick your asses?" Superman answers without missing a beat. "Course not." Green energy explodes outward as both lanterns launch into the air, constructs forming instantly. Billy Batson looks up alarmed, realizing exactly what this means. "But that's not going to happen, right, Billy?" The reply comes back loud, panicked, and absolutely honest. "Oh hell no. The first battle is officially underway." Guy Gardner barrels forward, already annoyed. Language. He doesn't slow down for a second before firing back at Superman. "Sorry, but Superman, thanks for the second chance." Clark answers mid-flight, calm even in the middle of the charge. "Anytime." The clash detonates in a blur of green constructs, red capes, and crackling electricity. The scene shifts. Meanwhile, in Arena 2, across another burning platform, Aquaman and Hawkman stand face to face. Hawkman breaks the tension first. "Brought me back for a rematch, eh?" Aquaman meets his gaze without flinching. "You're a true warrior, Hal." Aquaman nods, grip tightening on his mace. "I'm honored to fight alongside you. The respect is mutual." "Sea and air, brother." Hawkman smirks slightly. "Air and sea. But yeah, trident and mace are raised, the battle about to erupt." Elsewhere, something far colder watches. Lex Luthor's smile curls as he observes the alliance is forming. How sweet. Beside him, Supergirl hovers, fists clenched, eyes burning with resolve. Lex steps forward, voice sharp and commanding. "All right, Kryptonian, let's finish them." And just like that, every arena is lit with violence, loyalty, and betrayal as the tournament surges into full war. But Supergirl betrays Lex Luthor, slams him with a powerful punch, and smashes him down to the ground. Shouting at Lex, she says, "You seriously thought I'd fight alongside you? Well, I want a new team-up. How about Arthur, Carter, all of us against this?" From the other side, Hawkman replies to Supergirl, "Now you're talking." Now jump to Arena 3, where Wonder Woman and Big Barda are teaming up. And Big Barda says to Wonder Woman, "Let us unleash the fury of the gods on these mortals." Wonder Woman replies to Big Barda and says, "Sister." On the other side, Cyborg and Hawkeye hug each other. And Hawkeye says to Cyborg, "Thanks for the shot, pal." Cyborg replies to Hawkeye and says, "You're one of the deadliest fighters in the world, Connor." And power surges, metal hums. "Now that I've just infused you with nano enhancements." The next panel explodes forward. Big Barda, Wonder Woman, Cyborg, and Connor Hawk charging as one. They won't know what hit them. The scene darkens. And finally, in Arena 4, two figures stand alone in the dust. Zatanna turns, disbelief and anger flashing across her face. "Eyes on the prize, John." Constantine exhales smoke, half smiling. "Hell of a date you bring me on, love." She snaps, pointing straight at him. "Well, Joker, who did you choose?" The answer comes with laughter. Joker leans forward, eyes wide, delighted beyond reason. "Oh, you know me." He spreads his arms, giggling. "I just love to laugh." Then, with cruel excitement, he gestures toward the swirling energy beside him. "So, I figured, why not pick someone?" The final panel lingers on the glowing silhouette forming in the darkness. At that very moment, Batman Who Laughs is revealed from Earth 22. For those who don't know who Batman Who Laughs is, let me explain briefly who he is. Batman Who Laughs. Batman has one rule that defines who he is. He never kills. But in one dark universe, the Joker finally succeeded. After orchestrating the deaths of Commissioner Gordon and countless innocents, Batman crossed the line. He killed the Joker, and that was Joker's final victory. As he died, the Joker released a specially designed toxin. One last joke. It didn't kill Bruce Wayne. It rewired his mind. Batman's intelligence merged with Joker's insanity. That's how the Batman Who Laughs was born. He still had Batman's planning, strategy, and preparation, but now it was driven by cruelty, chaos, and laughter. Within days, he wiped out the entire Bat family. Then he used his knowledge of every hero's weakness to destroy the Justice League. But one universe wasn't enough. With the help of the Dark God Barbados, He gathered the Dark Knights, evil Batmen from broken realities, and launched an all-out war on the multiverse. Even death couldn't stop him. By transferring his consciousness into a Bruce Wayne empowered by Dr. Manhattan's powers, he evolved into the Darkest Knight, a god capable of reshaping reality itself, a Batman without limits, without mercy, without rules. And now, he enters DCKO issue number 3. This time, he's not just a villain, he's a game-changing threat. Every hero who faces him is forced to question their morals, their limits, and how far they're willing to go to survive. Because when the Batman Who Laughs appears, it's never just a fight, it's a warning. Now coming back to our comic, at that very moment, Batman Who Laughs is revealed from Earth 22. Joker introduced Kara to High, who loves to laugh too. The smile that answers is wrong. Too wide, too sharp. Heh. Chains of crackling energy snap into place, wrapping tight around a dark figure as Joker cackles from the sidelines. The Batman Who Laughs? Tension spikes instantly. Yeah, I'm not liking this date after all. Just then, Constantine uses his magic to bind Joker and the Batman Who Laughs in chains, and says to Zatanna, "Hang on, this doesn't smell like dark multiverse." Constantine lifts Batman Who Laughs into the air and says, "Trust me, I know a con when I see one." Looking at Batman Who Laughs, Joker says, "Ha, the jig is up, old friend." Batman Who Laughs looks at Joker, smiling, and says, "The looks on their faces." Joker bursts out laughing and shouts, "I know how much you love a good trick, so let's play an old favorite, shall we? Go on. Show them who you really are." Laughing, Batman Who Laughs replies, all right, if you insist." A blinding blast tears through the arena as Joker laughs again, delighted. So kids, what's better than a king? The flames part to reveal Joker reborn, draped in royal furs, a crown resting crooked on his head, a scepter topped with his own smiling face clutched proudly in his hand. The declaration rings out, word for word, an emperor. Emperor Joker. That is, Joker throws his head back, delighted beyond reason. That's what I call 5D chess. Ha ha ha. The ground trembles beneath his laughter. Below, horror sets in. Zatanna says in shock, "Mix CPTLK." The battlefield erupts as heroes rush him together, desperate to stop what's been unleashed. Joker pouts, mock offended, tapping his scepter against the stone. Now that's funny. Come on, not one laugh? He leans forward, eyes gleaming. "Fine, I'll laugh for you." Reality snaps. Abra kablam. The arena detonates. Stone explodes. Energy tears through the ground as bodies are thrown back like toys in a god's tantrum. And just like that, the joke stops being funny. Meanwhile, a whip coils tight around an armored leg. Whoosh! Wonder Woman braces, feet digging into the stone as she yanks hard. "Barda, hold on!" She swings with all her strength, hurling Big Barda across the arena like a living missile. Someone shouts in disbelief. Did Wonder Woman just throw a new god at us? The answer comes instantly as Barda slams down in a storm of shattered stone. She did. Not far away, another battle unfolds. Cyborg ducks a strike, still trying to understand his partner's choice. "I appreciate you picking me to be your partner, Cyborg, but why not pick someone stronger? Or with magic?" Connor Hawk moves without hesitation. "I'll show you." Hawk suddenly stiffens as energy surges through his systems. What are you doing?" Cyborg answers calmly, deadly focused. "Like I said, you're one of the deadliest fighters in the world. But I picked you because of how you're deadly. The style of fighting you studied at ashrams. It's all about human impulse and unpredictability. Right? Surprise. Perfect for going up against traditional warriors." Connor's eyes narrow as the plan locks into place. "And once I scan your skills and absorb them," Cyborg squares up, systems glowing, eyes locked on Connor. "I can fight just like you." Connor doesn't hesitate. Stance loose, confident. "And with your enhancements, I'm as strong and fast as you." They move together, perfectly synced, charging straight into the chaos. Titan tightens. Around them, the battlefield erupts. Enemies rush in from every side. Cyborg shouts over the noise, grinning. "Exactly. Now let's win this thing." Elsewhere, magic spirals wildly out of control. Mr. Mixie's APTLK staggers back as glowing constructs explode around him. "Don't you get it? I'm trying to help you both. Magic is supposed to be fun." The Joker's voice slides in, sickly sweet, delighted. "I just want to see you smile." Zatanna winces, eyes wide, as the magic hits her senses. "John, those constructs." Constantine clenches his teeth, feeling it too. "I feel it too, see? They're like some kind of bloody, visual neurotoxin." Nightmares burst into being. Screaming faces, twisted shapes, laughter everywhere. Zatanna forces her focus. power flaring in her eyes. Exactly. Just keep your eyes on him. John looks back at her, already half lost in the madness. John, from the shadows, the laughter answers. The battlefield trembles as the joke tightens its grip. Magic lashes out in jagged arcs as Zatanna reaches for Constantine, panic breaking through her focus. John, he flinches, half laughing, half lost. Sorry, love. The Joker's face fills the panel next. Eyes bulging, grin impossibly wide, delight dripping from every word. I just thought of something really funny. Zatanna screams, trying to anchor him before it's too late. No, keep control, John. Another side fight is going more brutal. Cyborg and Wonder Woman clash with each other. Cyborg says to Wonder Woman, "Not bad for mere mortals, eh?" The fight crashes together elsewhere. Wonder Woman twists midair, shouting over the explosion of energy. "Barda, punch me as hard as you can." Barda gets confused and asks in shock, "I thought we were on the same team." Fighting and catching her breath, Wonder Woman says, "We are. Just do it." Barda gets ready and says to Wonder Woman, "All right, Diana, but this is gonna hurt." The narration cuts in, exact and ominous. The gauntlets were forged from the Aegis. They don't just deflect blows, they amplify them. In a blinding flash, fists collide, power meeting power, and the impact detonates outward. Another caption follows, heavy with consequence. The blast could shake the heavens, or in this case, hell. The ground caves in, stone shatters. The arena collapses beneath the shockwave as bodies are thrown back, swallowed by dust and flame. A single sound tears across the destruction. KO. Silence hangs for a beat. From the rubble below, a voice breaks through, stunned but clear. "Was this why you chose me, Diana?" A pause. Then the question, softer now. "My strength?" Wonder Woman turns toward Big Barda, her expression steady, knowing exactly what she did and why. She answers without hesitation. "No, you were trained in the fire pits of Apokolips. You know the way of war there." The words land with weight, not just explanation, but respect. Wonder Woman's voice cuts through the chaos, sharp and commanding, exactly as written. "I need you to tell me everything you know about the Heart of Apokolips. Now." Joker brings Mr. Mxyzptlk in front of him and laughing says, "This has been fun, kiddo, but it's time for the curtain to fall on your act." Mr. Mxyzptlk, replying to Joker, says, "Hul otni sendamem." She strains, eyes wide with fear. "John, I can't. Turn away. No. The laughter grows louder. He. The arena is a nightmare of screaming faces and grasping hands as heroes are dragged, thrown, and battered by living insanity. Then, suddenly, the chaos narrows. Joker stands face to face with Mr. Mxyzptlk, voice calm, satisfied. "I did what you asked, clown. I lived up to my end of the bargain. Now, send me home." A long, irritated sigh. Sigh. Fine. The word is spoken carefully, deliberately. Fly PPZXM. Reality shudders. And as the world begins to tear itself apart, Joker throws his head back, in triumph. Standing alone amid grasping hands and burning skies. Meanwhile, in Arena 1, green light screams across the battlefield as Guy Gardner rockets forward, fist cocked, fury blazing. "I got your Rock of Eternity right here." The impact lands hard. Thok. Shazam wipes the blood from his mouth and says, "I'm like 15 years old, and even I know that joke sucked." Meanwhile, behind him, Superman is fighting Hal Jordan, and Hal says while throwing punches, "I like the way you give that much to you." Then Superman lands a devastating punch on Hal and says, "I'm sorry, Hal." Hal is sent flying back. He gets up, bloodied, looks at Superman and says, "Don't. Right. Don't you dare do that. Omega energy, remember?" Hal drops to his knees, still staring at Superman. "It's funny though. I think a lot of us figured you'd be the one to beat, Clark." Just then, Darkseid's narration appears, which is why, for my own interest, I brought this. Green Lantern uses his power to restrain Superman. Superman shouts, "No," and Darkseid's narration continues, "A black mercy. The alien parasite that nearly killed Clark once before. A baby Hal took from Sector 281, enclosed in his very will. It attaches to its host's pleasure centers and plunges them into a dream. A perfect, painless vision. And just like that, Clark is off the board." Across the way, Supergirl slams down hard, driving Lex into the ground. She doesn't hesitate for even a second. "Why in your wildest dreams?" She brings her fist down again. "Did you think I'd side?" The next strike is fueled by pure anger. "With you," Lex's answer comes quietly, bitter, and deadly serious. Because of this. A flash. A split second too late. "No!" Boom! Supergirl crashes to the ground, body going limp. Aquaman and Hawkman rush forward, stunned. Kara, what? The truth hits her even as she's falling, pain and fury twisting together. Red kryptonite. It makes us rage. From the edge of the battlefield, barely standing, a familiar voice trembles with regret. Cousin, I'm sorry. The arena burns around them as another hero falls, not defeated by strength alone, but by something far more cruel. Now coming back to the flashback, a kitchen, warm light, normal life. Clark stands at the counter, casually cooking, trying very hard to be just Clark. For what I'm about to do, Lois watches him, half smiling. Lost you there for a moment. Clark exhales, forcing a grin, just looking for that good wine, the one Ray made in that micro vineyard. She steps closer, holding a plate. Ah, so you're not hiding. Clark looks away for a second. I'm fine. The moment softens as memories creep in. You know, when Lucy and I were little, our father never let either of us win at games. Clark nods, thoughtful. Me, I liked it. Lucy, it crushed her, but he saw it as an act of love. Lois turns back to the counter. Bruce is like that. He'll push you to win as an act of love, even if it makes you hate him. Twisted as that sounds, she meets Clark's eyes. With you take more joy in seeing other people win. A beat. So it doesn't work, and admittedly makes for a kind of awkward game night. Clark cracks a small smile. But hey, at least we have good wine. She hands him the bottle. Come on, Smallville. The mood shifts again, heavier now. She presses the bottle into his hand. Get out there and be Superman. Clark grips it, then let's go. Scene shift to Krypton. Darkseid can narration appear Hotahe. Be Superman. The narration guides us softly now. He is Superman, but something is different here. In his vision, Clark stands in a world that feels brighter, warmer. Around him are familiar faces, smiling, calm. The mercy takes it further. We see what this place truly is, for he realizes that in this place, he didn't just fix the present. Clark looks at the people beside him. Family, legacy, hope. No, here Superman has fixed everything. The future. The city stretches out, peaceful, alive. Then a question intrudes, and even the past. The narration tightens. But how? In the distance, light bends strangely. Suddenly someone is coming through time to meet him. But who? The answer comes quietly. And then they arrive. Two figures step forward, radiant and impossibly familiar. Clark's breath catches. My son. The words land like a miracle. His parents, Jor-El, Lara, they embrace him, arms around him. No war, no loss, no goodbye. The narration slows, almost reverent. Clark has never felt such peace. Never felt so. Clark closes his eyes, smiling, complete, whole. Now coming back to our stories, Clark's eyes snap open. The warmth, the peace, his parents' embrace, all of it slipping away like smoke. The narration hits hard now. Lois's words come back to him. Get out there and be Superman. The memory fills him with rage. Green energy coils around his body, burning, invasive. Rage at Hal, at the cursed plant, at the dream, at me. At the game itself. Green energy coils around his body, burning, invasive. Rage at Hal, at the cursed plant, at the dream, at me, at the game itself. Clark clenches his fists, screaming as the power surges, but also at the truth, because that dream could be his reality. It could be our reality. His thoughts spiral. Why shouldn't he win it all? Fix everything. Why shouldn't we want him to? The battlefield comes back into focus. Chaos, fire, broken ground, with the world falling apart. The doomsday clock at midnight. Don't you want him to save us all? I do. A beat. A dangerous one. And in this moment, Clark wants it too. He explodes forward. Rage-fueled, unstoppable. Wants it with the burning of 1,000 roaring suns. On the other side, Kara is holding Aquaman and Hawkman in her fists, screaming, and Aquaman attacks with his trident, shouting at Kara. Kara, damn it, listen to us. A brutal crash rips through the arena as Clark slams down, his face glowing, teeth clenched, barely holding himself together. Behind the building, Lex strikes a pose and says, I'm afraid that's not going to happen. Lex watches calmly, cold, confident. He explains it without hesitation. I spliced red kryptonite with silver to heighten delusions, added a speck of black to cause violent dissociation, and voila, a panel cuts tight on Kara's screaming face. Designer K. Kara vision burns red as reality fractures. Below, bodies crash into the ground, and so man held dominion over air and sea. Kara crashes down hard, fists digging into the stone, breath ragged, mind torn apart. Above it all, Lex smiles, satisfied, because Superman isn't just fighting the arena anymore. He's fighting himself. Meanwhile, Superman stands over Billy's fallen form, his voice heavy with regret. "Billy, I'm sorry I brought you into this." Billy looks up at him, bruised but still smiling. "Still him. Don't be sorry. Like I said, you gave me a second chance. That's who you are." Clark closes his eyes. The narration cuts in, quiet but sharp. Is it though? He told himself he chose Billy to give the boy a second chance. But was there another reason? Clark looks down at Billy, and he knows the truth. There was. He knows it. Behind him, the danger grows. Hal and Guy struggle to their feet, forcing their rings to respond. Behind him, Hal and Guy are getting to their feet. They are about to use their rings to craft green kryptonite. Synthetic. An old trick, but effective enough. Clark can sense it. Clark turns back to Billy. His voice is gentle now. Honest. "Billy, I also chose you because of what you can do with your powers." A pause. "For others." Billy understands instantly. The narration softens. The boy realizes what Clark means, smiles, and says the word. Shazam. Lightning erupts. Ag! The flash blinds everyone nearby. Lord, someone turn down the arena is swallowed by thunder and light, as Billy becomes something more. Again, and Clark stands firm, knowing he made the right choice. Power, lightning crashes down as Clark rises, no longer restrained, no longer hesitating. Billy's voice cuts through the thunder. "How about we turn it way up?" The narration surges with the energy flooding the page. Power. Clark crackles with it. Billy Batson is one of the few heroes who can share his powers with others, as he has done with his Marvel family. Blue lightning wraps around Clark's body, weaving into his strength. Solomon's wisdom, Hercules' strength, Atlas's stamina, Zeus's power, Achilles' courage, and Mercury's speed. All of it pours into him, all added to Clark's own power. Superman floats forward, glowing, unstoppable. Darkseid shows allies who could help him win. Below, fear spreads fast. Hal's eyes widen. "Oh." Billy stares in awe. The narration hits hard. He takes them out in seconds, but as he does, he wonders, was it this place? Clark tears through the battlefield, green constructs shattering like glass. Am I getting to him? The bark, twisted Heart of Apokolips. The ground erupts as another enemy falls. The way I seem to get to Captain Atom for a moment, just a moment. Clark hesitates. In this moment, Clark doesn't know, but the feeling is undeniable. But it feels damned good to win. And with lightning still roaring around him, Superman pushes forward, stronger than ever, closer to the edge than he's been before. Now moving back again to flash back a calm room, far away from the chaos of the tournament. Bruce leans back in his chair as Clark walks in with a tray. "There you are. We thought you quit." Clark gives a small, confident smirk. "You wish, Bruce," but the smile fades. His eyes turn sharp, focused. And suddenly, KO. We snap back to the arena. Superman stands tall, lightning still faintly pulsing from his body after the fight. Pieces of broken constructs glow on the ground around him. Across the battlefield, across the way, he sees Lex has won too. Lex Luthor stands in the shadows, calm, collecting himself, but his expression is different this time. The narration cuts in, but there's something in Lex's look, something Clark isn't sure he has ever seen in those eyes before. A close-up of Lex. Admiration. Then, the tournament voice booms across the arena. "Round 3 is over. Congratulations. Only you 4 champions remain. Time for round 4. Clark blinks. "Round 4? Here? Now? But..." And the answer comes immediately. "Yes, now, but not here." A final wide panel shows the cracked arena, as everything prepares to shift to the next battleground. 4 figures step forward together. Superman at the center, Wonder Woman standing proud, Lex Luthor calm and calculating, and the Joker grinning like he already knows how this ends. A cold voice echoes through the space. The penultimate round will take place here. The light fades, and suddenly, the ground beneath them changes. We cut to a wide, horrifying reveal. A burning, broken world stretches out in every direction. Towers collapse, fire rains from the sky, and massive industrial structures belch flame into the red clouds. A caption hangs heavy over the scene. "On a world that belongs to the King Omega, Darkseid." Silhouetted against the devastation, the champions take in the sight. Joker, absolutely delighted, can't help himself. "Nice. So the next round takes place on Apokolips, eh? My kind of place." Lex snaps back instantly, sharp and annoyed. "No, you idiots. This isn't Apokolips." The camera pushes in on Superman's face. His expression is tense, thoughtful. Lex is right. We pull back to reveal the horrifying truth. The shattered ground. A stunned realization hits the group. "This is Earth." Wonder Woman turns sharply, disbelief in her voice. "But how? We were still fighting, the unseen voice answers, calm and merciless. Seems you ran out of time, Diana. So yes, the final panel looms ominously as the truth is delivered. This is your Earth, but you are no longer its champions. The champions stand silent on their own world, now ruled by something far worse. In the foreground, Absolute Batman stands armored and battle-worn, gripping his weapon, eyes cold and ready. A jagged caption hangs in the air. They are. Behind him, Absolute Superman hovers with burning fists, no longer hopeful, only fierce. Beside him, Absolute Wonder Woman stands calm and unshaken, a true warrior. Booster Gold locks in behind his shield, calculating every move. The air tightens. A bold caption explodes across the panel. Now, let the true fight begin. No speeches, no mercy, just strength versus will, and the real battle begins. Quantum Judgment. And this is where our comic ends. The champions are finally face to face. No rules, no second chances, just raw power, unbreakable will, and a battle that will decide who truly deserves to stand at the top. But remember, this isn't the end of the story. If you want to relive every fight, every twist, and every shocking moment, there's a playlist of all DC KO tournament episodes waiting for you. Go watch it now and experience the full chaos from the beginning. And if you don't want to miss what comes next, subscribe to the channel because the next tournament is coming. And trust me, it's going to be even bigger, darker, and more brutal than ever. Until then, stay ready because the fight is never truly over.